I used to chase novelty and freedom, and now I'm slowing down to build something that lasts. Hey everybody, my name is Emily. Welcome to my channel. I'm talking to you here in Iowa, and this video is about why I'm changing everything about my life, why I've changed everything about my life in order to slow down, to not move as fast, to build something meaningful for myself that lasts, to actually try to pursue my dreams and chase my goals and change my life. And this is what that looks like. This is the why, and this is the how. My life the past few years has contained many different things. In 2021, I moved to Montana to live the life that I dreamed of in the Mountain West, and I did that. I went hiking, I went skiing, I went snowboarding and snowmobiling, I learned how to dirt bike. I did a ton of camping around in my camper and generally just experiencing so much freedom. I worked for myself and it worked for me. At least I thought at the time that it worked for me. So if you ask me what I've been up to the past few years, I've been very busy living life. And on the outside, it has seemed like a big, beautiful life. But really, I was hiding. And that's how I really feel, is that I had these things inside of me kind of tugging at me, like asking me when it was going to be time to try to chase my dreams, to try to do the harder things and live up to my potential and figure out what that even means. Like, it's such a hard thing to even do to begin with. And I was basically avoiding all of those thoughts and those emotions by continuing to chase one experience after the other. It's really easy to plan to go on a 3-day trip or a 3-week trip when the other option is to plan how to live the life of your dreams. Like, that's a really hard thing to do. And so it was easier, obviously, for me to go from one experience to the next experience. I was able to move quickly and occupy my time in ways that made for a lot of happiness and joy, but temporary satisfaction in the feelings of escape and novelty. I was just talking to one of my good friends about how easy it is to blow your life up in all of the big ways that matter, and how that can feel so good in the moment, but really you're just changing everything about your life but you. And I think big changes can be needed, but they can also be a temporary escape from the long-term need of meeting your life where it is, and from the responsibility we all have to ourselves of working with what we have to make the best possible outcome as we decide them to be, of living an authentic and aligned life, of not living small. So even though the feelings of being outside in nature among the mountaintops are anywhere from the feelings of living small, I was living small in the ways that matter most. I'd been allowing my fear of vulnerability, of failure, of not doing things perfectly to make me and my life small. What I mean by living small is not taking up the space I deserve and being afraid to put myself out there in ways that really matter and to commit to big changes in how I show up and how I present myself to the world. I'm taking the time now to slow down, to be in one place, and to focus on what matters most to me, which is building the life that I dream of. And this is how I'm doing that. So last year I decided to move from Montana back to Iowa, and that's, as I mentioned, where I am right now, living in my grandma's house on an acreage in the setting of small town rural life. And so when I had this plan to move back here last year, my plan was also to continue to be able to do the things that I had enjoyed doing up until that point, to continue to travel, to take my camper places, to go back to the Mountain West. And ultimately, that's not what my life looks like right now. And it wasn't my choice when I got here to have it go so differently, but it's the best thing for me, and here's why. So I go into the office 5 days a week for 40 hours a week, and I sit under fluorescent lights in the print shop, and I'm mostly by myself. And this is a huge contrast, and it's been a very emotional few months. I started my job in April, and it's August now, and so it's been a really emotional summer for me, just coming to terms with this reality and knowing that where I am right now, slowing down so that I can actually focus on building the things that matter most, is a very strategic choice. And it is a choice, and it's been a very painful choice, but it's a very powerful choice. So even though there wasn't a straight line between moving back to Montana to come here to Iowa and get an office job and work on my goals, that wasn't necessarily the plan. That's just how things have worked out. And if I'm being honest with myself, which I have to be very honest with myself in this situation, it's the best place that I could probably be to do what I hope to do. And so welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a big part of the plan that I have to change my life, is to post here consistently and to build a meaningful platform. I also started a Substack called What Resonates, and have really been enjoying writing, and I post about meaningful ideas and things that resonate to me, and I hope that they resonate for you too. So my YouTube channel, my Substack are going to be working together. My YouTube channel, I'm going to be able to talk about my posts of Substack, talking about ideas. And I also hope to be able to explore plant-based cooking and plant-based recipes here on YouTube. And that's a big part of my life. I've been vegan for 8 years, and so I have a lot of experience with cooking healthy, flavorful food without things that are bad for us, bad for the planet, or bad for the other creatures we share the planet with. So this YouTube channel is going to feature posts that accompany my What Resonates newsletter, talking about ideas, plant-based cooking, some lifestyle content, and generally big ideas from philosophers and thinkers that I think have changed my life and that I think can change your life too. I want to build something meaningful, not just for me, but for other people looking to live a life that means something. So please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to my Substack, What Resonates. And thank you for supporting me. It means way more than you know. And I hope to see you in next week's video. Okay, bye.